I just want to question something about life. Actually, I do love art, music, social, people, flowers, aesthetic, communication, inspiration, fashion. That is just, that feels just, I think, fit so well with me. Either fashion or art feel, but as someone who are hyper aware, it's not that easy because I've realized that I'm just always withhold myself to not actually let myself try those feel to experience those feel because I cannot unsee the dark side, the flaws on those area. Well, maybe I can, but right now it's just too intense to actually realize that those fields, especially like fashion, well, yeah, those fields, like fashion is just like great space for creative people curious about art, life, clothes, color, shapes, etc., and how to design things on to see beautiful things, to be the beautiful things. That's just like a perfect place for people like that. But despite that I love that theme, I feel like fashion or maybe in other field like that's still related, such as like creativity field, they have this system dynamic. They have this system and dynamic that the output is expensive, but the input is cheap. So, what does that mean? What I call the input is cheap is not like the actual input they put in fashion, but the worker, the system, the people that work in fashion. They pay those creative people cheap, but the output of their ideas expensive. Still, one of the field that actually unfairly treat their workers like if you heard about unpaid intern, your head must you must be gonna think about uh, fashion, right? That is how bad it is. The reputation. They, that is the how bad fashion reputation, and that's ironic. That is just crazy to realize that people are still put themselves out there with the system that are not you with the system that are not even evolving any better. Yeah, it's not all of that, but it's too much. Big brand, small brand, independent brand, all of it. If you want to talk about what art field, that is worse. Art is broad, it's large field to explore with. But specifically in art field, like artists that make painting, for example, like art, like artists who make a living by making painting. Let's say they sold their paintings in high prices, and the one that actually enjoy art field is just rich people, wealthy people, right? Not because they, not because those rich people relate to the actual artwork, artwork itself, but this is just my opinion. Okay, it's not actually like correctly valid or like right. No, but I think that those wealthy and rich people buying expensive artwork, they pay not for the value of the ideas, but they pay because of the suffering that the artists have to face while making the art. So they pay for the effort, not for the actual meaning of the artwork itself. And that is barbaric, I think. Again, not all of them. Again, not all of that rich people are barbaric or sadistic to only buy stuff just for the sake of enjoy other people suffering in their life. No, not it's not the point. But my point is people pay high for that artwork, but the artist's life like full of suffering, and no one can change that. And no one can change that dynamic. I'm not saying rich people are bad, rich people are evil. No, I'm just stating my opinion on what I've seen, on what I've analyzing, on what I've analyzed, on what I've been observed. It's not 100% correct. Yes, So my point is not to justify some action that people do in life. No, I'm just giving you like the different sides of seeing life. The different side of seeing how you can shift your perspective without you actually like living in that state of experiences, because you can learn from other people's stories. You don't have to put yourself on that. And people still not actually count that as wise or like, yeah, probably that makes sense. No, people are just, how do I say it, dense. People are just getting more dense because they think of analyzing other people's experience. It's just paranoia detached to life itself. Like you're not participating in life. You're just criticizing. You're just judgmental. Okay, that's cool. Maybe I am. But at least I'm glad that I'm this way because I can see this perspective. Because I can tell that people who are just as crazy as this, who are not thinking as crazy as I am, cannot see this perspective ever. And I'm very glad that I can see this way. I love people. I do love to connect to people, but nowadays people are just what's in it for, what do you want from me? That's it. And that's horrible. You cannot like connect to people naturally, lightheartedly, playfully, just for actual fun, not just like controlled fun. Like you, if you can actually understand this perspective, you must you must be so fucked up. You see too much. You feel too much, and every side that you want to partake in always have big flow, a big dark side, big negative side that you cannot unsee. No matter how much you actually love the thing, like the new thing you want to try it out, I always see like the bad side of it, always. And that's maybe like psychologically not good enough. And maybe in psychology, it's not good for your mental to always like instantly recognize dark side, dark path. But yeah, I want to try to be so delusional that I think everything in positive way. I want to try that out. It seems exciting. If you think that, oh, look at yourself being jealous of rich people, ranting about nothing, even you can take care of yourself. Look at your dry ass hair. That's fun. Because I'm still prefer this version of me rather than your version. I don't want to be fully presentable and yet cannot think this way. Oh no 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 no, that is my nightmare. I look. No, I don't want to be. Well, I'm not like cynical. I want to be pretty or beautiful, but that's just too much. Oh my goodness, that is too much. Oh, such a waste potential. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. Don't make your life is good. Don't make your life goes this way like badly. You can do more. You can do much further than this. Okay, fine. I'm not questioning about my appearance, my conditions. I'm just questioning. This is just fun video. I don't have to perform. I don't have to perform so perfect. Great angle, good background, nice outfit, great makeup, nice putting hairstyle. For what? Two people just want to listen to me. I have to put myself presentable. That fuck shit. You're not an artist. You don't know. You're how will I say this? Mm, you are the actor. Actor. Actor and actress is different. Actors, you put your life into the artwork. But actor, you have to perform for other people script. Artists don't have script. They do what they want to do. They do what they want to do. They make things the things that they want to make. There's no such thing as requirement. What's that for? There's no such thing as performance, visual analysis, or their appearance. For what? They're they are the artists. They don't have to look. They don't have to look good. But maybe you are because you're not. Because you are an actor, and that's okay. You do you. Don't put other people into your shoes because people are so much different, and people are just don't want to acknowledge that people are that far-fetched different. It's not just how you look, your personality, your sense of life, how you see life, how you enjoy life, how you think, how you process things. That is different, and people don't want to, and people don't want to and people don't want to acknowledge that. They just want other people follow their own story. People just want, you follow my rules, you follow my story, you follow my experience. You can see the dynamic in school with teacher, mentor, what professor, someone that you look up for, even your parents. All of them dictate how you move your steps. They don't push you to improvising. They push you to pick the stable path, even if those stable ways not your true calling of yourself. Your soul is not works that way, but they are forcing you subconsciously, not always, to just follow the rules. They don't actually subconsciously understand in their head that there are some people who cannot follow rules. They don't want to admit that. People are just so easy to manipulate, not by other people, but by the time itself, by the energy, by the system. No, don't talk to me about system. People nowadays are complaining and frustrating about their less job opportunity out there, right? And those HR of those company, of that business, they have this like long as unrealistic requirement for just like maybe entry level jobs, and they just complaining to the candidates they are that not really serious. Are you crazy or what? You rejected those people just for the sake of their not reaching those requirements. So how they can so how those people can get their requirement if no one accept them? And then you guys are or and then you guys business owner or like HR, and then you guys business owner or like HR are gonna complain. Nobody gonna, oh my god, these Gen Z are not serious in like working. They cannot like commit to a job. Like you complain and they want to try, and you don't give like the open door because of like lack of things that you want to monetize just for the sake of like low paying salary for like crazy work. Oh my, that's it. You don't have to be mad about it. You don't have to be annoyed. That's it. It's just information. Take it or leave it, that's okay. Don't be moved by it. Just analyze it, okay? Calm down. And one thing that I noticed that everyone just follow everyone, especially in style, kind of like basis. Everyone just copying each other, and that's funny because now everyone looks similar to each other. You're gonna get categorized just by your style choices. Cool. And how some people like do have this conspiracy theory that the sun is not the actual sun because it's too hot. That is that interesting because I've noticed that 10 e 10 a.m. like the sun at 10 a.m. is just more hot than the sun at 1 p.m. Coincidence? I don't know. And if you think that you're just jealous and envious of rich people because of you are suffering, you can do what they can do. Obviously, everyone jealous of those rich people. You too. You're not different than me who complains. Do you think that just because you're not complaining about those mega rich people do and act, you're not jealous of them? You do, subconsciously. If you think that, oh, another thing that I want to talk about, why can't I just, you know what, let's make this video to criticize life because I'm at the right moment to do this. Because if you're rich, because if you're rich, you cannot really criticize life as freely as when you're in struggle state of your life. Why? Because I think that rich people and wealthy people are having a structured life. They have everything structured even to the point of opinion. They don't have like super raw opinion about life. All of it about performance. Yeah, Yeah, rich people to criticize, but their criticize is targeted. There's order. It's maybe performance based, power based, system based, money based. Everything is about uplifting their current state. So they criticizing to get better. They're not criticizing to look down, to look at the down at people below them. Not to comparison, but to reflect. Oh, they don't do that. They don't have time to that. They don't have time to reflect on people who people who are below them. And that is sad. Is you, you're gonna be disappointed, and so many rich people actually do this. Again, I'm not hating rich people, but this is just my opinion. They're criticized based on performance to get better. But when you are in a struggling era, you see things more clearly. You can see the dysfunctional on some system, you can see the good system as well. So you can like just you have the right position because you can actually see the downside of all of these things all of people experience. Maybe you do experience the struggle too, and you can reach at certain point that you can reflect because now you have two sides that you can analyze. But when you are rich, for you to think you want to reflect on like people who are still struggling, then you are. It's just seems to putting yourself down, and they don't want that. But people who are struggling always look up for people who are rich, right? Because that's subconscious. That's because our subconscious are seeks to be better. We have we have the people that we look up for, rich people, because we want to achieve that. But if we pause and reflect, it doesn't change our life like truly. But for rich people, it can change their whole life if they do reflect to those below them. Because for them, time is money. For you, time is free, more free, like more fluid than those rich people because they are strict as hell. If you have like opinions, if you have question, just question it. Just ask yourself or record yourself and post. I don't know. Because when you already reach those rich stage, you don't have this type of opinion. It's vanished. It's erased away. It's gone. Like it never happened. So that's why I think this type of realization is just great. It's so great to record, to actually have the record that you are thinking this way. That's why I make this stuff. I record and share it because in the future you're not truly can access this by this present, this thought, this opinion, because experience change how you think, surrounding change how you think, situational change how you think, status change how you think. So the fact that you're still in progress, you have to collect so many part of yourself, your opinion, your question, your insights while you're in progress, because you're gonna forget this progress era so much, truly. So yeah, I'm making this stuff just for memorabilia for me. It's not that serious. I'm not gonna be like more philosophy or like experimental thinker, creative writer. I'm just doing this for fun. This is my fun to think. This is my fun to spending time with, to question things. And maybe for some of you it's not relatable and that's okay. But for some of you who are think like me, just write and record yourself. That's it. You can actually miss this moment so much. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, that's it. Bye bye. And yeah, that's it for today. See you guys. See you. See you guys. See you for another topic if I have something to say.